Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a do-it-yourself Valentine's Day string art craft. So here's some of the supplies you're going to need to do this craft. First of all, some string, so very important. I chose a pink ombre string, and then I may use some of this cream colored string as well, depends on how it goes. Some little crystal embellishments. We'll need the wood. I chose a square piece of wood with the little burlap string already attached, and then some more crystal embellishments I may use for hanging on the edges. Your scissors, a small hammer. I like the small hammer, but if you have a larger hammer that works as well, it's just easier and I had it around. So some white acrylic paint is what I'm going to use to paint the wood. Pencil and paper. Paintbrush, these tiny little nails, make sure they have like a bit of a nail head because you don't want the string slipping off of them. These are called shade bracket nails. And then I use my piece of newsprint to put down under my wood while I'm painting it. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's get our white acrylic paint out, and I just kind of dribble a little bit here and there. It just makes it easier rather than dipping. So just enough. We can always add more. We don't want too much because I kind of want to see a little bit of the wood still. Kind of give it a rustic look and then just start painting. You don't have to use this type of paintbrush. I just have it around. I do artistic painting as well, so any sort of paintbrush will work. Any one that does the job. And we're getting a little cracks here, and I want to do the edges as well. So we'll just kind of turn it up on its side. This one has these nice little pieces on the back side that make it easier to hold on to. It doesn't have to be perfect, just get it covered. And like I said, I still kind of want some of the wood showing through, so. You can have full coverage if you like, just add more paint. Okay, let's go ahead and let that dry, maybe for a few hours. Some people like to let it dry for 24 hours, but I think a few hours is fine. Touch it, it's not sticky, and we'll go ahead and start the next part of this project. Okay, so here's what my hanging looks like, all nice and dry. Painted all the edges, you can see, and then it's not completely white. I like seeing a little bit of the wood through. So the next thing we need to do is make a template. I'm doing a heart shape for the string art, and I'm just going to use a piece of paper here. I'm going to just kind of measure where the edge is. So fold the paper in half once you get the center, and then draw a nice heart shape. Well, half a heart actually. And I use a pencil, use a pen or a marker. Once you've got your heart shape drawn. Also, let me just add, if you cannot draw a heart shape, which some people don't feel like they can, go ahead and print out a template off of your computer and you can use that. So go ahead and cut out your heart template. Okay, open it up, it's heart shape, and lay it onto your block here. As you can see, it's a little bit wider than it is tall, but I don't mind that because like I said, I'm going to be adding some embellishments later that's going to even everything out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my tiny nails. And I'm just going to place the first one here at the top of my heart and let in. Your template should sit on there okay. If you feel like you want to tape it down, you can tape it down. I wouldn't recommend drawing on it because it'll be difficult to get your pencil off here. So I'm going to place these about every half an inch. And make sure they're pretty similar in height. And I'm just eyeing the spacing here. It doesn't have to be perfect. This wood's really nice because it's kind of soft. You can kind of stick it in a little bit before you hammer it. Make sure when you get to the bottom of your heart, at the very bottom there's a point, and you want to make sure to get one of the nails at the bottom of the point. If you don't do that, you'll have a squared off bottom. So one right at the very end. And then continue around and do the other side. Okay, we've got all our nails in, and we can go ahead and remove our heart template out of here. All right, super cute. And you can kind of see these nails, if you look to the side, has a nice little head on there so that your string won't slip off. So go ahead and grab the string you're going to use, and we're going to start winding it or wrapping it. So I'm going to go ahead and start on one of the sides here. I'm going to go ahead and make a little knot. Okay, so there's not any rhyme or reason to this, just what you think looks good. Let's just start wrapping, crisscrossing over and out, and just kind of space it out across the board. We're going to go back and fill in all of those blank spots. And this is a really fun part. Like, you get to just kind of be all over the place. It's kind of sporadic and interesting. Now go from vertical to horizontal. Cover all your nails. Try to hang on to that pretty good. We want this all tight, not to look, we don't want any of the string sagging. You can start to kind of push the string down on the nails a little bit when you start getting a couple wraps on it, because you want to be able to continue wrapping. You don't have to push it all the way to the board because you kind of want a 3D look to it, but just push it down a little bit so you can get more on there. And keep wrapping. This is super fun. You can use, this string I'm using is pretty thin, but you can use thicker string. It will give a different look. Once it starts to get more filled in, just look it over, start filling in some of the gaps. Get the outline filled in. As you're kind of finishing up and you're feeling like it's pretty well covered, you like the amount that's on there, just look over each nail head and make sure that there's none that look too sparse, just so it looks even. Even something that I do is kind of look at it from a distance, so pick it up, take a step back, like, oh, like maybe I feel like I need a little bit more, you know, on the edge. Go ahead and just fill in those areas. And then I really like the border look, so I'm gonna take it and wrap it all the way around the edge a few times. And tuck the tail in, and you won't be able to see it. So here it is so far. We've got the string wrapped, and we're going to add a few embellishments just to give it a little more, make it a little more fancy, actually. So let's grab a couple of things. I have to grab my glue gun because I forgot it, and then maybe a few faux flowers, crystal embellishments, and we'll get that going. All right. Okay, I grabbed my glue gun. I have some flowers, some crystals. I actually strung a crystal here in a little net, and I can show you how to do that in another video, but it's really cute. And it just really gives this really sweet look to hanging a crystal. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue on some flowers. I'm actually going to use some of the nails and the little hanging strap to help with this. So I think I'm just gonna just arrange the flowers and the crystals in just a cute little way. You can do yours however you like. I think I'm going to do a flower here at the top, and then one at the opposite bottom corner. So I'm going to wrap the little greenery around this string and use the glue gun to secure it to that spot. And I like the other one kind of towards this bottom corner, so I'm going to wrap the little greenery here. Twist it up and glue it on. And I have this kind of little leafy type of crystal I got at my local craft store. It was in the bridal section, but I thought it was like super cute, and I knew I'd be able to use it for something amazing. And it's gonna be the leaf to this flower. Okay, I also have just these little crystals on a hang, and just to give it a little extra, I think I'm going to hang this one off the end. So you can add more crystals, add more flowers. If you like the look of it more simple, you don't have to add any of these things, but I think this is going to be my final product here. I just like the look of the extra bling, so here it is. Thanks for joining me on my fun string craft today. Valentine's Day is coming up, and somebody would love to get this. So if you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Tell me what you want to see more of in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We'll see you next time for some more DIY crafts. Thanks.